You are listening to Venus Rose, interactive spiritual Q&A and the power of sound.
Music is like sunshine.
Hello, conscious souls. How are you feeling? I'm offering a blessing to you. I've just returned, relaxed and replenished from a trip, a place where my soul can rest and my aura is able to expand into the vastness of the wild hills. Timeouts are so necessary for each of us. Although some places I originally wanted to visit were not accessible, I went with the flow of the wind and dove into the adventure that was unfolding right in front of me instead. One day after the other. That was fun too. Meanwhile, Jupiter, the biggest planet in our solar system, changed signs into Cancer. The energy of Jupiter expands everywhere this luminary shows up. Cancer is the sign of emotions in general, ruled by the mysterious moon that is now waxing, which means appears to get bigger. People like me, who put on weight easily, need to be careful with extra calories in this period, because the body tends to utilize all kinds of substances better during this moon phase, which is great for nutrition and vitamins, for example, not so much for sugars or some kinds of fat. But back to Jupiter, who will intensify our ability to get in touch with our emotions for sure, at least for the next whole year. The house of Cancer in your chart rules themes like home and family. Since we are still in Gemini season and communication is key, I'm curious if these themes will come up in your questions in future. The first question from today is from Sarah via email. How can I deepen my connection to the divine guidance within me, beyond the noise of cultural narratives? First of all, to be able to hear the divine voice from within in itself is not easy. Otherwise, the world would be a different place. So congratulations that you are able to do that. Most spiritual teachers say, try meditation to go deeper. But that is a challenge for many people in this quick-paced world. Even for myself, to be honest. My brain is wired in a way that it is weaving and connecting dots all the time. Sound meditations and guided ones do help me. So I hear you, Sarah. Going a step further, beyond the brain and thoughts, it can get even more tricky in that limbo. What if your family has a monotheistic religious background and meditation, for example, is nothing worth striving for? What if there has been a lot of talk around you since childhood about who God is or what the universe does? Those biases, mainly coming from our upbringing, through cultural beliefs of our parents, are vibrating deep within us. So deep, as I would say, it is in our blood and genes. We are the sum of our ancestors, at least our body is. Everything they experienced is within us to some degree. But the field of epigenetic, discovered and developed by Bruce Lipton, PhD, proves that our environment influences our genes. So, heavily depending on where we are raised. For example, the country, the political circumstances. Do the citizens feel safe there, as well as the natural environment? Is there a lot of heat or extreme cold? All this is affecting our genes. It is on purpose that I have left out all the psychological influences that play a major role here. I guess that is clear to most people. I don't want to go too far on a tangent, but we need to be aware that all these things shape us. So the cultural narrative is deeply ingrained, but the other factors can help you decide which path you want to follow with this experience called life. In the beginning of this episode, I mentioned briefly that I was on a trip, exposing my body to an environment that is so daring that my whole system is completely taken, is one way for me personally to extinct any kind of noise I do not want to hear. This is just one example, but I do need these breaks, alone, away from my personal world. It must not be a daring adventure outside in nature for you. But the energy field needs to vibrate in a strong way that your body gets activated by your soul, in a way that other noises like biases, beliefs, opinions from others outside, or ancestral drama from inside, like fears or critics, can be transformed. Oils with an intense scent can help. They bring up memories. We all know that a certain smell can remind us of a person or circumstances in a positive or in a negative way. There are good etheric oils that can assist you with transformation. You could combine them with a ritual that you create for yourself and repeat and train to calm the noises. Flower essences are always there to assist us. You can send me an email if you want to know about certain blossoms for a particular circumstance. I recommend sound, though, as the easiest way, as it can be instant. It gets into our cells without us even noticing it. Again, music is the most wonderful tool to assist us with transformation in various ways. You can try out whatever feels right for you. My YouTube channel, Crystal Seraphim Sounds, is just at the beginning, but you can hop over there to try something. Listen to what resonates. There's a lot of stuff out there in the world of the internet, some helpful and other things not so much. So listen to the voice from within to guide you. Most of the time, it's not the one that's the loudest or even screaming, but the gentle one. It will come back again and again and again. So the next question about communication, is from Sandra. What can I do when I got the feeling that my words are not reaching the other person in front of me? I read in relation to spirituality that if one person is in the third dimension and the other one is in the fifth, they do not hear each other. I often have this feeling at home or at work. Like, for example, I don't feel well, and the other person says, take a break and rest. But on the other hand, gives me so much work that I don't know where to start. This is an interesting question, since this has happened to every one of us, for sure. One part of me would like to define what dimensions are from my point of view, but I think that is not the most important thing in this case. Dimensions are all connected and not separated, like some people might think. So it might be that people converse from different points in this matrix, but the energy counts. What matters is our focus when we communicate. It is important to speak in a vibrant vibration that connects with the other person or being, not so much the spoken language. Sometimes body language is way more clearer. Look at the animals. What I mean with vibration is your feeling when you communicate. Are you hesitant when you are saying you are not feeling fine? Because an inner, perhaps ancestral voice is saying you appear weak. when you admit that you are not feeling well. That would perhaps tie in with the feeling of not being worthy when you are not functioning or not productive for whatever reason. What about the supposed receiver and their emotional state? Are they able to listen, or so distressed that they give you work while saying get rest at the same time? You need to be present with yourself in a way that can transmit your truth to the being in front of you. And when you realize the other is not able in that moment to get what you want them to hear, make sure to reschedule somehow. Try again when they are in a better position to receive your words. I know this is not always easy, but if they are not able to listen, then perhaps just write what you want to say. Whether via text message or email, sometimes you need to change the ways to get your message to the receiver. So, since I mentioned animals, I would love to get questions about communication with animals, since my world is so deeply ingrained with theirs. Whether it's of telepathic nature concerning them or not, let me know what moves you. Thank you for tuning in. Have the most beautiful time. Love for you all. Rose.